Hey, welcome back to the Big Rand Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that subscribe button down below, and let's get right to it. Now, this is going to be a little bit different story. It's going to be over pharmaceuticals this time. And let me tell you, this one is another pharma bro bullshit kind of moment. The founder and president of, Nostrum Pharmaceuticals took a medication that was about $500 a bottle, an antibiotic that is used and said by the World Health Organization is essential to lower urinary tract infections around the globe, much less here in America. But he took that drug and raised the price from $500 a bottle to $2,300 a bottle. Why, you may ask? Did the cost go up? No. It didn't cost him more to make it. No. Was there a problem with supply and demand? No, that wasn't it either. Nirmal Mulye is the founder and president of Nostrum Pharmaceuticals, stated it was a moral imperative for him to increase these fees, or this cost on this medication. A moral imperative that he owed it to his stockholders to price gouge people out of being able to get medication they need. Just like Martin Shkreli from a few years ago. This man believes that it is okay to price gouge people and price people out of being able to get treatment simply because he can. Now, I understand that businesses are in the business of making money. But there's no reason to price gouge. There's no reason to harm people in the process. I understand that they have to make money or they won't survive. But this company was making money at the $500 price point. $500 was enough and was making them profit. But no, he had to make even more profit. This is an antibiotic medication that people need. And now some people just won't get it. And if it's the only antibiotic that'll kill certain bacteria, you're screwed. People are like, oh, that's what insurance is for. The problem is when prices are like this is going to increase your premiums. Therefore, people aren't going to be able to afford health care. The elderly on Social Security will not be able to get their medication because Medicare ain't going to pay a price like that. I know people here where I live, in the area I live, that have a medication that's $1,000, and every month they have to fight with their insurance, which is Medicaid, Medicare, to get their medication to live. So, and that medication is only $900. Could you imagine if that medication was $2,300? But to sit there and claim you have some moral high ground, some moral imperative to have to raise these prices like this? No. You have no moral imperative. There's no moral imperative to price people out of treatment. There's no moral imperative there. You have no moral requirement. You're an asshole. That's what you are. People like this just make me sick. Where it's money over everything else and nothing else freaking matters. Doesn't matter at all. Someone's life, someone's livelihood, someone's ability to take care of themselves. Makes no damn sense to me. How in the hell can you sit there and act like that and think that it's okay? If you are already making money at one price point, there's no reason. What is it, almost 4 times the price? If you are making a profit of $500 a bottle, I don't even want to hear your excuse. You don't get any excuses with me. You're a jackass, and I hope you burn in hell. Like I said, I understand they have to make money. But this son of a bitch ain't just making money. He's not making money. He's making more money than he has to. Just cuz. The FDA commissioner did kind of clap back here at him, saying there is no moral imperative to price gouge and take advantage of patients. And he's right. There's absolutely no moral imperative to price gouge and harm patients. Period. End of story. It's wrong. It's actually morally wrong. It's morally bankrupt to do this to patients. You're a despicable human being, sir. Your company is despicable. And I hope one day that we get past a point where assholes like you control whether or not somebody like myself can get treatment. I pray for the day that nobody has to sit there and be held hostage by some goddamn pharmaceutical company. All the money you spend, all the money you make on this shit. What do? Yeah, you spend it on lobbyists so you can raise prices even more. You are some of the most godless, some of the most immoral, trash human beings I have ever heard of in my life. Whatever happened to the day of doing things for the moral good? Taking the moral high ground? You know, and I know there's some companies out there that aren't like this. I'm sure there are pharmaceutical companies out there who, yes, make a profit, but don't want to harm people in the process. Don't want to price gouge in the process. It kind of reminds me of where I live in veterinarians. A little different topic, but similar. I have a vet that I go to, probably one of the cheaper ones in town. He could charge more, he does a good job. But he doesn't, because he doesn't have to. But there are other people here in town who charge double, triple, even what he charges. Just because they feel they should. Not because they have to, but because they want to. I had to leave one for that. And there's doctors that are the same way, that charge you out the ass for no reason, when other doctors in the same area and even in the same office will charge you less. So, these kind of people are garbage human beings, if you ask me. I hope maybe he'll change his mind. But I doubt it. I seriously doubt this guy gives two shits about you, me, or any of the people buying this medication. All he cares about is lining his pockets and which new Mercedes he can buy this week. Where are you, Trump administration? Where are you? This is one of the few things that I wanted you to do. That one of the few campaign promises you made that I wanted you to do. You've already broken your promise on draining the swamp. You already broke that promise. So where the hell are you on fulfilling this promise? That you weren't going to let drug manufacturers do this kind of shit. You actually had me believing that this was something you believed in doing. But you haven't done crap. You've done nothing to help this situation. And I'm not just going to lay this at the feet of the Trump administration. I'm going to lay it at the feet of Congress too, especially Democrats in Congress. Congressional Democrats, you have done nothing to help the plight of Americans trying to get drugs in this country, to treat their illnesses and stuff. You've done nothing. Republicans haven't done anything either. But y'all are the ones talking a big game in Congress about trying to, solve this problem. But you don't do nothing. You do shit. You sit there, you make your $174,000, $200,000, whatever it is a year, to sit there and work 160 days a year, when most Americans have to work at least almost 360 days a year. Minus a few federal holidays where they might get off if they don't work at Walmart. Meanwhile, you sit there and say, we're going to work on it. We're going to work on it. Screw that. If you refuse to work on Medicare for all, if you refuse to do it because you think it's a losing battle, even though it's got over 70% support in this country from both Republicans and Democrats, you can at least work on drug prices. And doing things to prevent these kind of price hikes on old medications. So the one thing about the founder and president of Nostrum Pharmaceuticals is they are not the culprit. They are a symptom, not the disease. But you know what? The one thing that I have learned from pharmaceutical people raising prices on stuff is other people figure out how to make the same medication. And they charge less. So in the end, I believe capitalism will take care of itself here. In the end, I believe capitalism will take care of itself. I believe that. I believe in a free market with regulations for consumers. That's what I believe. But you know what? I believe sooner or later, people are going to realize that there are going to be other options. One of those other options is allowing drugs in from places like Canada and Europe. Once we let those pharmaceuticals in, maybe prices will start to go down, even if Congress doesn't do anything else. So if any of you Democrats are out there, happen to watch this video that happened to be in Congress, do something. Get off your ass and do something. The Trump administration has been talking ever since Trump took office, saying they want to bring down these drug prices. Well, why don't y'all get there to the White House and talk to them about doing it? I know Trump may not be the easiest person to work with, but damn it, you got to do something. That's what the hell you're there for. That's why we freaking elected you. Do your damn job. Anyhow, this has been The Big Grand Show. I've been your host, Jacob Keck, and I'll see you down the road.